Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Stellaris Federation's DLC 2.6.2 version update installed. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 1. We're going to call this the Weyland-Yutani playthrough. This is a faction that I've created a while ago that I've wanted to play but didn't feel like it played accurately for role-playing purposes until the 2.6.2 update that gives you administrative buildings that let you widen your admin cap. So let's explain this. They are, of course, a mega corporation. Weyland-Yutani, if you're not familiar, is from Ridley Scott's Alien films. So they are definitely a mega corporation. Sigourney Weaver refers to them as the company in the first Alien film. They have an administration capacity plus 20, but the Empire Sprawl penalty of plus 50%. And what this meant is it forced you to play the game small before the patch. Or tall, as some other people like to call it. And you couldn't spread out. Now, Weyland-Yutani is very much a military corporation. The Alien films have made that apparent. So it makes sense for them to want to go wide and conquer the galaxy, but the Stellaris mechanics didn't really allow that, or at least didn't encourage it with the Empire Sprawl plus 50%. But now with the 2.6.2 update and the admin buildings, we can go wide and still stay under the admin cap and still maintain our research benefit and our research advantage over everybody else. So Weyland-Yutani, mega corporation. Their trait is intelligence, costs 2 points. That makes a lot of sense from a role-playing perspective, I think. Weyland-Yutani, head of their time, big research fanatics. They have brand loyalty for monthly unity gain, and then out of all the different things I had to give them, I gave them this private military companies. Army starting experience plus 100, armor damage plus 20, army upkeep minus 20. This isn't the most useful thing in the world, but from a role-playing perspective, out of all the choices that were available, it made the most sense, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. If we go to government ethics, private military companies, there are things like criminal heritage. That didn't really make a lot of sense to me for Weyland-Yutani. Franchising, free traders, kind of. Media conglomerate didn't make a lot of sense, although the war exhaustion gain minus 5% kind of made sense. Naval contractors was the only other thing that kind of sort of made sense to me for this, but I ended up choosing private military companies because it makes the most sense in context of them wanting the xenomorph for their war division from the Alien films. Private prospectors, private colony ship, that actually kind of makes a lot of sense. And actually that makes so much sense now that I'm sitting here thinking about it. You know what we're going to do? This is really useful, monthly unity, but we're going to choose private prospectors because from a role-playing perspective, I think that makes a lot of sense because you have the movie Alien Covenant where they are sending private prospectors to a planet to go colonize it. So, yes, I like that a lot. So that's what we're going to do. That's the part I'm going to change. Now, for ethics, they are fanatic materialist, which gives them access to robots, and they are militarist because obviously, again, going back to the Alien films, Sigourney says they want the alien for the bioweapons division. And what we did is Federations now gives you several different origins, and so Mechanist is no longer one of these things that shows up under civics. Instead, it's an origin. And this makes the most sense given that there is David in Prometheus and Covenant, and that there was also Bishop from Aliens. So because of David and Bishop, it makes sense that they will be mechanists. They have access to robots. They're going to start with robots, and we're going to take the synthetic trait line all the way out. And so that's how that happens. So we save that, and we say done, Weyland-Yutani. And we're going to play this on a large star system because the 2.6.2 update has said that it would, excuse me, that they have fixed some of the performance in the game. In fact, I'm going to reset to default, and then what I'm going to do is switch this to Iron Man mode. Yes. We're going to go up here, and we're going to switch this to the next biggest star. AI Empires of 12, we're going to randomize that. Advanced starts, we're going to randomize that. Fallen Empires, and Marauder Empires. We're going to randomize all that stuff. And then go with default dates, 23, 2400, and 2500. Difficulty is going to go up to Captain. Scaling is going to go on. And everything else will be normal. So let's get started. This should be fun. Weyland-Yutani. I've wanted to play this particular faction for a long time. I'm also wanting to play it on a larger map because hopefully with more factions that means a better chance for us to build branch offices. So Weyland-Yutani Megacorporation Mechanist origin. And for added role-playing benefit, we start in the Zeta Reticuli system and we start on Acheron, also known as LV-426. Just for you alien fans out there who are geeks about that like me. Research speed, let's grab that. Monthly Unity, love that, and pop growth. Let's grab monthly Unity for the campaigns early. For the traditions. And engineering research. Now, I have not played Federations yet. I haven't even played it for myself. I played about 5 minutes of it just to see how this Weyland-Yutani would start. And in fact, I wish I was playing my other game because I had a much better starting location than this. But this is where we're going to start. So, let's get started with where do we think the nearest planets are? Maybe right there and right there. So let's go. And then your military fleet for some reason doesn't start out docked. So it's not green. It's taking some maintenance costs. The same thing with your construction ship. I don't know what that's about. But we will do our best to get things going. Let's get a second science ship going. Now, having not played Federations, I don't know much about it. I know that diplomacy is a big part of it, with some kind of galactic senate or something. I'm not one of those people who spent a lot of time watching and reading up on Federations just because it was billed as something for... I gotta have some more money. It was billed as being primarily focused on diplomacy, and I'll be honest with you folks, diplomacy in 4X games is always my least favorite aspect of it. So here's a genius and a genius. I'm going to put New Worlds right there. And then I'm going to put the genius on this science ship so they can earn some experience, and I'm going to send them off in this direction or that direction. Let's go here. So diplomacy, things like diplomacy and espionage are one of those things that I see lots of 4X players say, oh, I really want that. And I'll be honest, I don't share your enthusiasm for it, but that's cool. Everybody needs to have the things they love. I have just always found diplomacy to be the least exciting part of any game. I'm not one of those people that reads fantasy stories and finds the political intrigue aspect of it to be entertaining. In fact, I would say Game of Thrones has probably made political intrigue the most entertaining to me. I just don't dig it. So galactic senates and proposing resolutions and all that stuff. Now, it's always boring to me. Let me finish my thought before I skip to the next one. But let me also say that it's possible that the reason I've never been entertained by political intrigue and diplomacy is because I have yet to experience it really well done in a game. So I know for a fact that I don't enjoy it in Galactic Civilizations. I think it's completely hackneyed. It's just pathetic. I never enjoyed it in any of the Civilizations games. So I'm going to give Paradox every opportunity in the world here with Stellaris to wow me with great diplomacy, and we'll see how that works out. So right now I'm going to get this guy started now that I have enough minerals. I could have started that sooner, but I was rambling. This ship is done over here because something about my shift clicking didn't work. I don't know why, but whatever. This grab discovery, I did take a little bit of time to check out some of these trees. It doesn't look like much has changed, actually. Some of the origin starts look really neat. I've been hearing a lot from people talking about the Scion origin, and which lets you start as a vassal to a fallen empire, and people said that's really powerful. And then apparently there's a ring world start, but I haven't looked into that too much, and people have said that's really powerful. Of course, it seems like it would be, so I may have to play around with some of those. But I'm excited just to see this. Now you can see that the icon over here has changed as far as Empire Sprawl. Oh, we get the Cyberx.
Situation log revised.
And so, Empire Sprawl 31 out of a total 72. Now here you can go to the home planet, and right away you can see there's this new feature. This is part of the patch. It's not part of Federations. You don't even need the Federations DLC to get this. If you're just upon 2.6 version, you can get this. Administrative Office adds bureaucratic jobs, which add administration capacity. So we start out with robots. We start out with a commercial zone on the planet, providing trade with more energy. We start out with the 3 basic buildings and an administration building. So it's all very, very nice. And then we're going to take a look at this planet over here. What is this? Oh, it has lots of food on it. Wow. Well, it will more than likely be a food planet because, look, it doesn't have a lot of districts. Okay, so the Dominator has located the source of the movement in the upper atmosphere of Rabat 2. If we choose very well, it says Weyland-Yutani becomes the new owner of a lost juvenile. Oh, well, yes. Very well, it can follow us around. The leader has gained a level. So now we have lost juvenile. Oh, come hang out with us. Be our friend. That's awesome.
Upscaling complete.
Okay, you've done that, so come over here.
Future market
there.
survey complete.
It's surveyed is complete, so now you can do that so we can colonize that world. Let's grab a third
potential market survey complete.
Science ship.
Outlier identified.
Because of where we're at, we're going to want to have 3 science ships moving around. So let's do that. She has, oh, physics or propulsion. It's got particles. Let's grab the particles person and let's do this. Let's go back to technology. There's a genius there. Pre-sapient species found. But to pull more particles up, let's do that. And let's put the genius on that ship and send them to there. And the construction ship will build that. I have a little bit of the allergy cough going on. It's
future market survey complete.
I have year-round allergies, which is just horrible. Fully fledged, the immovable juvenile that joined our fleet has some time ago appears to have reached full maturity. Now an impressive adult, she is no less loyal to the ships that gave her a new home when she was stranded on Revit 2. Her time spent with the fleet appears to have encouraged adaptive behaviors not typically found in wild space amoebas, making her a more formidable presence on the battlefield than others of her kind. Across Weyland-Yutani, her image has become something of a mascot for the Weyland-Yutani spirit. Only question remains, what should we name her? Bubbles. That's okay, so I have 2 loves here, Boomer and Nova. Boomer because of Bubblegum Crisis, which is a fantastic Japanese anime. It's a little bit older, but if you haven't seen it, it's everything that you've come to love about science fiction and Blade Runner. It's fantastic. And Nova, because that was the name of my favorite ship in the X2 video game, which has become X3 and X4 and a bunch of other stuff. We're going to call her Boomer. That's really cute. I like that. It just reminds me of Bubblegum Crisis, which is not Bubblegum Crisis sequel, not Bubblegum Crisis 2049 or whatever it's called. No, forget about that. The original Bubblegum Crisis OAV was 8 episodes, and it was the most fantastic Japanese anime I've ever seen. We're going to colonize this planet, and here's what we can do. You can do it with energy credits, but we don't have it, so we'll do this. Marath, and it's Marath 1. Bubblegum Crisis is just fantastic. It's for women
Upscaling
in
complete.
power armor suits, which are basically a little bit like being Tony Stark almost. They don't fly, but you know it's Japanese anime, so they fly around enough. And it's a really neat Japanese anime. It's a really neat. I remember watching
Outlier
it,
identified.
especially I think the 4th episode with the robot girls that start on the moon. At any rate, I've always thought if they ever did a full Americanized live action version of Bubblegum Crisis, if they did it right, it would just be fantastic. It'd be so good. Alien mural. So this is all the planets we're gonna get is 2.
Market outlier identified.
Where's our other one? This is a tropical world. We could
Future market
colonize
survey
that.
complete.
It's got a ton of districts. Oh my goodness, it's got a ton of districts. This would be a great.
Research
We might
actualized.
save that later for the EQ Monopolis. Get minerals from miners, robot modification points. Let's grab the minerals that we're gonna need.
Upscaling complete.
What do I want you to do next? Why don't you grab... Well, we're going to need those minerals. Why don't you do that? Keep an eye on our Empire Sprawl up here. We just want to stay below it if we can. This planet down here is a savanna world, not
Research actualized.
exciting for
Colonial
us.
enterprise.
First Whaling
upsizing.
Utani colony is now underway. Let's grab the society research from researchers then.
Potential market survey completed.
Ooh, 8 minerals over there. 6 minerals over here. So this would be good.
Upscaling complete.
Come grab all this stuff.
Research actualized.
Energy credits from techs, capacity overload, and energy grid. Let's grab the techs. I want that soon. Habitable world survey, commendable initiative. Yes, this is a dead end up here. That's good, and this is all locked in. So here's one choke point. Here's another way out into here. So this would have to be the choke point right there, and then either I imagine this goes up in dead ends. We may want all this space up here. But then it comes over here, so you'd have to choke it like there or there. So it's going to be anytime you start in one of these places where you're going to have at least 3 choke points. That never excites me, but what are you going to do? Tell you what I'm going to do. Start with another science ship because I'm just too curious to know what's out here. I want to know. I want to know. Which way do I go to get to my America? Alright. When this colony is complete, we're going to spend 1,000 food and boost its population growth. We also have some edicts. Map the stars. We could spend... We don't even have 100 to spend on it yet. So there we go. Because we switched our civics right there before we started the game, and we...
Upscaling complete.
Actually, that civics chain costs us influence. Let the coffin continue his voyage, or open the coffin and study the corpse. Adopt the data bank uplinks, yes. No, that didn't affect... What was it? Plus 15% influence gain, so it affected it a little bit. A tiny little bit. This science ship, let's go get you a leader as well. Let's see who else we want. We got propulsion or leader experience gain. Well, let's grab leader experience gain for you and send you off over here. And what I want you to do is survey all this business up here that is obviously locked kind of behind us on the outer rim. What is this place over here? It's an arid world. Doesn't help us. Not until we get terraforming. The Wayland Yutani insignia kind of looks like that upside down. So that was the closest thing I could find in the default to
Future
actually
market
get that.
Survey complete.
to get that working. I went through every single icon the game offered, and that was the closest one I could find.
Completed.
Research is what we're going to want to build here
Outlier
on this
identified.
planet. But first, let's get a corporate culture site up. We want to build as much of that as we can so we can get our traditions adopted faster. Zeta Reticuli. Giant skeleton. Ooh, issues investigating the giant skeleton. None of these are...
Upscaling complete.
This is 180 days. None of those are anything that is going to happen fast. And the construction ship. Alright, I want you to go do this next. You've gone out there. Great. Research that project. Clock.
Market outlier identified.
Research that project. And come over here and survey that system. Oh, there's a green planet right there. Continental world. Woohoo. Alright, it's 21. Oh, lots of districts. Bunch of
Research
food again.
actualized.
Looks like we're going to be harvesting
Market
food
outlier
and selling it for
identified.
minerals. That seems to be the way things are going to go. Sonified science. Right. At any rate, what I was going to say earlier is I have year-round allergies pretty much, and this winter has been... The last couple months, there's been just this little tiny
Future
nagging
market
cough.
survey complete.
And you can imagine in the time of the coronavirus pandemic, with a
Upscaling
dry
complete.
cough being one of the primary signs that people have it, that my little allergy cough is something to cause nervousness in not only people around me, but in myself. So it's annoying, and it's been cold, and in fact, here it is, the end of March, and it's supposed to snow where I'm at. And what I've been wanting to do is get out and take walks,
Future market
half an hour,
survey
45-minute
complete.
walk every day to help just get some fresh air, lose some weight, give my mind a chance to rest. I don't know about the rest of you all, but I've been finding that
Outlier identified.
it's been much better for my blood pressure to avoid
Upscaling complete.
social media. This coronavirus
Good business is where you find
is
it.
a very serious business, and here at the end of March, we're seeing. Oh, hold
A
on.
system has been surveyed.
Let me do this. We're finding out here at the end of March, as somebody I saw on Twitter said, we're transitioning from one phase, which is I know
Outlier identified.
somebody who has the virus, to now I know
Outlier
somebody who's
identified.
died from it. That's the transition we're quickly making here at the end of March, beginning of April.
Research actualized.
It's just widespread.
Upscaling complete.
It's widespread and it's severe, and pop growth speed would never want that, and it's frightening, of course. Image them for the archives, yes. So there's
Research
we all need
actualized.
to be doing whatever we can to keep our mental health. Oh, we picked that up as extra research. Great. Okay. to keep ourselves sane. Yes. To make our mental health good. However we can manage that. So for me, that's quite often it's just being able to get out and walk, be with my own thoughts, do
Future
some other
market survey
things.
complete.
What are you doing after that? Go get this. Go get that so we can get that planet, and then go down here. So we have 4 planets right here. Our empire spread is already going up a little bit, but what's nice is one of these planets we can put
Future market survey complete.
admin buildings on. Somebody said, I was reading somebody's Facebook post playing Federations, and they were talking about how at the end of the game, on a very big system, very big galaxy, I think, they had 5 planets dedicated just to admin buildings. I think it's very possible that
Research actualized.
Paradox will
Potential
adjust
market
that
survey completed.
and make it so that it's a 1 per planet thing. In fact, one of the things somebody said is that this building here is no longer, corporate culture site is no longer limited to 1 per planet. I don't know why they changed that. Now that you've made the game, made it so pretty much everybody can play wide if they
Upscaling
want
complete.
to and stay under the admin cap, it feels like limiting these buildings to 1 per planet would be the correct way to go. I'd like to see the admin building probably limited to 1 per planet, and I'd like to see this go back to being limited to 1 per planet. But it's up to them. It's their game. They can balance it however they want. Hopefully they'll play it and listen to their players and figure things out and say, oh yeah, this would be a better way to do it. So this takes 200 alloys, but if we do this, it doesn't. I really like that because then it saves on alloys. So I like that private colony ship. That's pretty cool for that reason. So grab that. There's a bunch of energy credits up there, but we don't need that planet yet. Leader, cap, gain, blah, 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 blah. What we're going to want to get next. Expansion, Starbase influence, cost, new colonies. Yep, everything there looks pretty much the same as it did before.
Foreign market leaders request contact.
Empire's sprawl from systems and colonies is reduced by 25%. Now that's amazing. That's a big change. It used to be just a flat plus 20. Now it's reduced by 25%. That's a giant. So that's really cool. Communications established with these guys. First contact. They are militarists like us, but they are fanatic xenophobes. So we're going to choose the militarist option. And where are they located? They're located right there. Okay. In that case, you, here's what I want you to do. Go back up here and research this. And then we're going to send you on a different route, because there's no sense fighting over this land with these guys. We're going to have to choke them off probably right about there at the Torom system. But we can also choke them off anywhere back to Mendok. So that works. Actually, while you're here, just go here and do that first. Well, I can't. I already just spent the influence for it, so. The Empire capital needs some more jobs.
Potential market survey completed.
So this is all very interesting. I really don't like where we started, but
Market outlier identified.
I think after under the admin cap playthrough and that
Market outlier identified.
ultra bad start we had there, we can make a go of it. we can survive. We should probably spend some time designing some ships here. Let's see, Nebula Refinery.
Upscaling complete.
Robo mining. Let's grab the mining station output plus 10. Let's look at our Corvettes. Let's see what to put down. Okay, this is just a standard Corvette, isn't it? Okay. And if we go over here and say auto design and do this, and I just call it CV. I'm just going to leave this. Normally, you've seen me in previous games. I make one that's all kinetic and one that's all armor, but this seems fine to me, so I'm just going to roll with this. Get rid of that thing, though, because I don't like that name. So we'll add some more of these. Attempt to slow it down. Dispatch a drone. Cracking open the alien box. So Hissax Armada, and I wanted Hissax Armada, you turkeys. Sitting stars.
Outlier identified.
Okay, improbable ceramics. I don't care about Boomer. I want this fleet manager.
Complete.
Why can't I
Colonial
manage that
Enterprise
fleet?
upsizing.
Why can I not manage? Fleet. That's a little... That's puzzling. I don't know why we can't do that. I'm really baffled by that. That seems to be some kind of change that I do not understand. So, we'll have to figure that out. There's a black hole there.
Research actualized.
It would be worthwhile to choke point right here just so we can get over here and get access to this black hole. Do we have any other black holes nearby? I'm gonna need one. Administration capacity. Oh, so they add it in percentages now. 5%. It's not flat anymore.
Upscaling complete.
I'm surprised. That's interesting. We'll have to see how that plays out.
Special project actualized.
I say. Very interesting. This guy up here, what are you doing? You're just taking forever to work on whatever that is. Wow. Okay. We have 110 influence. That's still not relevant. What are these guys? They're saying conquest. Conquering alien planets will please the march of the brave for a time. For how long?
Market outlier identified.
For how
The
long?
system has been
exactly?
surveyed.
Okay, so now we can click on the fleet manager. Standard class. But if I do that, something about the fleet manager seems a little off. Okay. Let's see. Technological ascendancy. Research speed plus 10%. Blah, 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 blah. Perfect. Universal transactions. Commercial packs no longer cost influence. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. Colossus project. Flesh synthetic evolution. That's what we want to go for. And that requires... The flesh is weak. Flesh is weak requires droids technology. Which will give us David and Bishop. Okay, so we'll use technological ascendancy. That makes sense for role-playing reasons. Does it not?
Upscaling complete.
We are, after all, the Wayland Utani Corporation. Construction ship. All right. Yeah, I got a plan. Let's do this.
Outlier
Let's keep going this
identified.
way. We're gonna go up here. We want to get to right there. Limbo. Let's see. Special project in Limbo. The alien vault filled with data storage devices. Let's see. Track on the map. Go to. Where is Limbo? It's right there. I want you to do this. Research that project first. Limbo's kind of important. It's not urgent. It's just kind of important. Wow. Yeah, we're going to do food on this planet. Download their patterns for safekeeping. Let's do it. This is Marath, food planet. We're going to have plenty of food. We're not going to have much else. Okay, now survey the system. Survey like here.
Special project actualized.
Extra dimensional insights. Research plus 15%.
Research actualized.
We like that. Okay, hold on. You're over here. We got that guy going in that direction. I'll tell you what I want you to do. Go over here. Survey that. Research. Automatic exploration and survey speed plus 25%. We'll do that. The destroyer. We can unlock the destroyer or armor. Let's go for the armor first. This ship. Construction. Build that. Build.
A system has been surveyed.
Really? Do tell.
A system has been surveyed.
This guy's really taking his time. He's really slow. Oh well. We'll get it done eventually. The Tebran Eradicators. So, oh, fanatical purifiers. At least we can now click on the diplomacy screen and they're suspicious of us. Currently have terrible relations. Last month it changed by 0. Well,
Outlier identified.
I don't see how that's... So right away we get fanatical. What are they? Fanatical
Upscaling
purifiers
complete.
are our closest neighbors. Well, okay. That's
Future
not
market
good.
survey complete.
We don't have anybody colonizing this planet, do we? We need to. Yep, it's got a lot of food too. Okay. Send out the private colony ship, Mendoc Prime. Let's do that since there's only one planet in that system. This one, Barbagon, is going to be a great eco-monopolist later. Mendoc would actually
Good
make a pretty
business
decent one
is
too,
where
but it's
you
got a lot
find
of
it.
food. Again, we're just going to have to get food and sell it. It's just what's going to have to happen. Oh, and there's blockers we can clear off
Future
of here.
market survey complete.
What is this person? Administrative capacity from bureaucrats plus 10%. Oh, well, how nice of you. This will spend some money. And you are going to need new jobs soon, so let's do that and then
Upscaling
add a city
complete.
district. Election is coming up. We don't have the influence to influence anybody.
Outlier identified.
So scientific leap would have been nice. He's also research speed. Scientific leap. Oh, there's 10. All of them have scientific leap. Well, heck yeah. New ruler's been elected. So he's got scientific leap. And he's got food from jobs and pop growth seed. And wow, integration and cost. This guy.
Research actualized.
We couldn't have done a better job picking someone ourselves. So we got some little bit of admin capacity here. Food from jobs. That'd be great. So I like that. We get our ship back to work here. Ancient Cyberx base. You guys do this. Akaron. Oh, and we lost our leader because he was the one. He was
Outlier
governing.
identified.
And what do we got? Build cost, district cost, and planet build speed. Yep, but we just want the youngest one of you two then, since there is no research person there. So here's our
Future
empire.
market survey complete.
So far, Wayland Yutani, we're 62 of 73. I
Colonial
like that they
enterprise
show this
upsizing.
number like this. They show it as a split
system
now,
has
which
been
is really
surveyed.
nice. So
Future market survey complete.
that's
Evading
cool.
competitive fleet.
Evading competitive fleet, really? Oh, down here. Let's see, there's alien vessels 560. Well, let's see what happens with that. When you get done surveying that,
Special project actualized.
survey.
A system has been surveyed. Research actualized.
And there's a big old black hole up here. Research actualized. Robo modding, city district housing, coil gun. We need the coil gun and it unlocks some other things. So, science ship. Asteroid. Alright. Oh, you lost your leader. Okay. We don't have any more. Well, let's get you one then. You are anomaly discovery chains. Be the right person to have on this boat. And where's this one? Right there. Okay, come down here. Alright, so you pick expansion
Upscaling
next.
complete.
And the construction ship.
Potential market survey
I
completed.
do want this right here, because I want that black hole. So we're going to get that, and then we're going to like backtrack and start working back in this direction. Because like there's 12 minerals down here. This is going to be a nice little cluster maybe. We may be able to choke it off right there or down here.
Potential market survey completed.
We don't have a great location for choke points. That's just a fact of life. So, Akaro, add more. Oh yeah, add the mineral purification plants. You, my friend.
Market outlier identified.
What should we do with this plant? What corporate culture site? Let's get that down. We're going to want to start getting down some more trade too. We're going to need to get down some consumer goods on one of these planets. So one of them will have to do that. For now, why don't you roll back to here. Grab some of this stuff that we haven't picked up yet. We're about to go over our admin cap really soon. But hopefully that'll only be temporary. This colony, make it a colony. And let's do this. Decisions for food. Distribute luxury goods and food. And same thing with this one up here. So these two planets can get more people faster.
Outlier identified.
Super duper.
Research actualized.
Farming subsidies, that's nice. Gene
Future
clinics.
market survey complete.
Let's take these
The
blockers
system
off here
has
though.
been surveyed.
Yep. And here comes the consumer goods.
Research actualized.
What do we have for edicts? Let's take a look at those. Colony development speed, not as big of a deal. Let's get the fusion reactor going. Edicts. Education campaign. Okay, the tree.
Evading competitive
Yep.
fleet.
Pop growth speed. For 900 for this is totally worth it. And same thing with the education campaign for leader experience gain. Those two are totally worth it. Let's get those up. This science ship.
Upscaling complete.
That's 8 energy credits there that we like. This science ship way over here, he got some unfair competition from 1k of alien vessels over there. So let's do this. Wayland Yutani. Searching the
Potential market survey
galaxy,
completed.
trying to collect
Doing business is
xenomorphs.
where you find it.
Encounter an asteroid. You. And this colony is ready to build something, considering
Research actualized.
what small amounts of things there are on here. I'm going to grab minerals, I think.
Upscaling complete.
On that planet. Oh, and you got hit there and had to leave.
Market outlier identified.
I don't like having that gap in the middle of my planet there. So you're there, and you can't go there either, and that's a whole bunch of alien space vessels. Well, tell me there's a bunch there then, and then we'll send you back. Obviously, this is going to be choked off by all these alien vessels here. But it's not like we don't have other places to send you. Here's this
Evading
colony.
competitive fleet.
Yep, we anticipated that. This one will be an agricultural world for a while. Do this. Ag. City. Okay, dude, so you can't go through any of this. We've got a bunch of alien vessels over here. So what I want you to do is go here to research that project, and then here to research that project. Then you can start to survey. So and now we're, oh, look, and it changes to red when you're over your Empire Sprawl. How nice. I like that a lot. I like that change quite a bit, and then it'll show you. Cool, but it doesn't say what kind of penalties you're taking to research and stuff like that. Does it show it over here? No. So where's the penalties? While the admin... Yeah, they're the penalties now. Technology cost plus 0.59%. Very nice. Okay. I like that.
A system has been surveyed.
Got a plan for you.
Upscaling complete.
Why don't you go do this? Research that anomaly. You build that. keeping all of my ships
Market
busy.
outlier identified.
We're going to have to buy some consumer goods, which means we're going to have to sell some minerals. So let's sell some minerals. Let's sell
Research actualized.
several of those, and then let's buy some of those. Let's fix our research here. Chemical bliss, which we don't need yet. Naval capacity. Terraforming gases, that's what I would very much like. Thank you. This colony has some blockers. They're kind of expensive.
Upscaling
So
complete.
we're going to unblock one of them because the next jobs we want are going to be in this mining district. And
Special project actualized.
this is our shipyard, but we're going to need to do some other stuff here. Okay. Starbase influence cost reduce. I want this down here, this admin capacity. 25%. This is... What are you doing? You should go get this
Market
for sure.
outlier identified.
There's some alloys there, but it's also going to be kind of a choky point. A choky choke point. You did that. That's good.
Potential market survey completed.
We can head off in this direction.
Special project actualized.
Cautionary tale. Fallen robotic society modifier. We should probably get these guys. One primitive civilization in the Bronze Age.
Research actualized.
Okay, what here? Oh, look at these numbers changed there now because of the point. This seems accurate now. 2.4% technology cost. That's neat. Looks like it's actually working, which seems kind of important. Let's get one of these planets here.
A system has been surveyed.
One of these planets needs to unlock another
Research
slot
actualized.
so that we can put down some more admin jobs. Our empire on the map. Will be interesting to see what the performance is like
Upscaling
on this
complete.
map of 800 star systems when we get there.
Potential market survey completed.
Zeta Reticula. We're going to add some more. Isnex Armada. Why is this not showing? What's going on here? It's
Research
not showing
actualized.
all
Special
my ships here.
project
Look,
actualized.
it says there's 7 of 20 ships here, but it's only showing me do that.
A system has been surveyed.
Retrofit. Read fleet. Something's going on with that. It's really weird. Planetary faster than light inhibitors. Or moat harvesting traps. I want those. I want to get some moats. This construction ship, build those mines, please. This science ship, go finish this project, please.
Special project actualized.
We're gonna want to get enough admin capacity to take all this and choke point right there. Look, there's alloy there. That's nice. Okay, Jarmon, give me an admin
A system
capacity
has been surveyed.
building, administrative offices. Give them to me. You're gonna be a mining world for a while.
Market outlier identified. Special project actualized.
So, and we can't choose a colony designation on this planet. That's always such a bummer. Wish I could do that for you, homeworld. But oh well, we will live. There is a planet way back up here, desert world. Dune, Arrakis, desert planet. It's almost look like Massa Worm. That's Robert Cargill, for those of you who maybe don't follow him on Twitter. He's a writer and a screenplay writer. He's also a fabulous dude.
Research
You
actualized.
should definitely go buy his book, Sea of Rust, and read it. It's absolutely
Market outlier
fantastic. Highly recommend. Master, he used to write on Ain't It Cool News.
A system has been surveyed.
Used to do movie reviews as Massaworm. But now he is C. Robert Cargill. He's an official writer dude. I think they're gonna get that, but we're gonna go try. We're gonna go move there, and if we can get there, then we'll spend the influence on it. This science ship is chugging right along and is gonna find the back door. Not the back door, but the side door to this other empire over here. Fanatic jerk-offs. We're probably going to want to build a space station right about
Market
there.
outlier identified.
Speed bump that it is, so we should probably start building it now. Hey,
Evading
look.
competitive fleet.
Where was that at? Evading hostile fleet. Where was this at? Mummified pilot. Oh, it was right there.
Future market
Alien
survey
vessels.
complete.
We can take care of alien vessels with our fleet if we wanted to. Question is, do we want to? How big's our fleet right now? Because we can't get you guys to join up, can we? The Boomer is 535. Boomer can take care of it. Almost. I'd like it to be a little bit bigger. Is there any way to make it a little bit bigger? I don't think so. Okay, so this. Let's do that and that. Make it 8 ships, and then we're going to have a destroyer soon. Okay, you finish surveying that system and then do this. It's not a bad start. It's not as bad as our last one. It's not as bad as the
Upscaling
Under the
complete.
Admin Cat playthrough. It's just not what I'd call a great start. Especially because some of our planets were spread out so far. We're going to need... This is not going to be the best
Market
place for our
outlier
shipyard.
identified.
We're actually going to want to put our trade hub here and have it reach 2 away. So what I'm going to do is take Marath and upgrade this so we can make this the actual shipyard.
Outlier identified.
So we'll have to do that. This thing here becomes this with the crew quarters. We have to start preparing for the possibility of our neighbors coming after us. They are superior. They have overwhelming fleet power. Gas giant signal. Issue special project. This is a timed
Outlier
one.
identified.
So the only way to do it is what? Say, research the project in the system right now. Grab this and say admin capacity.
Future market survey complete.
Alright, that gives us plenty more. 74 out of 94. Fantastic. Cybrex refinery. This is all going very,
Potential
very well.
market survey completed.
Very, very well. And Aaron Archeron.
Evading competitive fleet.
So Archeron, what do you got going on here? You space this. Okay, silent shot. We have discovered the fossilized remains of a gargantuan gastropod, matching no previously encountered life form, trapped within a huge block of ice circling QT1438. Doesn't that sound like a Wayland Yutani thing? Its eyes glare fiercely ahead, tentacles reared and muzzle twisted in a gruesome grimace as if locked in a silent shout. The creature displays no apparent signs of sapience. Fortunately, we currently lack the technology to bring it back to life. Extract and store the DNA for sample future use. That totally sounds like something Wayland Yutani would do. Does it not? So
Research
yes, we will do
actualized.
that. Switch
Potential
that
market
over.
survey completed.
Interesting. Research. Search.
Upscaling
Terraforming
complete.
gases. Yay. Admin capacity. Another. Wow, you can get that. Fleet command limit plus 20. Admin. Wow, I like this. So there's more admin capacity along the way as well. That's kind of rock and roll. I like that a lot. Oh, and so here we are. This is choked off. by virtue of the fact that these exist there, which is great. Now, they could probably blow through those, and that's fine, but that creates a natural choke point for us that we don't really have to worry about. So what I'm going to do is send these guys back to Archeron in the Zeta Reticuli system, and they can handle some of that for us. These guys can handle that, and the construction ship is right there, so we might as well construct that so that we can build an outpost and invasively deal with those guys. What's our native interference?
Special
Yeah,
project
unrestricted.
actualized.
Awesome. That's just what we wanted. Gas giant transmission happens. Finally, well met, Spacefarer. We are Daphnak, and the planet you are orbiting is Tolakrang, our ancestral home. It is always riveting to meet a solid, even if our last encounter with your kind was somewhat problematic. Anyway, yes, ask them the questions. What happened to your planet? The last time solids visited us a few thousand cycles ago, things didn't go very well. They wanted us to embrace their religion. Big surprise. We refused, and this triggered some kind of genocidal reaction. Completely unwarranted. Before we knew what was happening, they maneuvered their fleet into orbit and unleashed a massive bombardment. You want us to transport your entire species to another planet? Yes, and hopefully soon. Don't worry, there aren't too many of us. Most Daphnak died when our planet was bombarded, and those who survived retreated deeper into the atmosphere. Communication with the surface is difficult here, and the radiation is spreading. Don't have much time. We will help you relocate. Maybe, because we can actually do something. We're the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. We don't want to miss any chance to do something nefarious. Go here and research that project in the system. Thank you. This science ship, rudimentary robots, enter. 4 robot pops have been found in Belazir. Well, that makes me happy.
Upscaling complete.
Construction ship. Build that, and build
Outlier
a
identified.
observation post. And then we can use those people as unwitting recipients of the xenomorph. Face hugger. Alright, we need consumer goods really bad. So let's build some civilian industries and let's upgrade that. Let's get ourselves out of this
Outlier
awful hole
identified.
that we're building.
Research actualized.
Merath,
Future
you
market
can
survey
build
complete.
these shipyards. And you give us the destroyer. Thank you so much for that. Autocannon and the Starhold. Ooh, I want the autocannon. Mendok. Okay, you... what? Mendok Prime? Diamond in the rough. Gain a new scientist. Promising crew modifier added. Oh, I don't care so much about that. Give me the scientist. I'll make use of him. This. Go here. Research that project. Alright, Mendok is where? Right there. Okay, Mendok, I need one planet set up to do
Upscaling
alloys,
complete.
but right now it's kind of important that get some commercial civilian industries going. So
Future market survey
let's
complete.
do you a corporate culture site, and then our ag districts. Alright, you did good. You've done that. Come up in this direction and take this stuff. Alright, it's been an hour. So this is it. Episode 1 of the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. Federations. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, if you have a question or comment, just drop it down below. And if you have... if you like the channel, give it a subscribe. If you dig the episode, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching.